Lies of P is getting difficulty options to make the Souls-like more accessible. The game will offer 3 levels of difficulty for the base game and the expansion. Lies of P Overture director Jivon Choi says, "We wanted to make sure a wider audience of players could play the game." When asked if this decision was made based on player feedback, he responded, "Absolutely. We have a lot of feedback from customers and from our developers. So by making development adjustments and introducing these difficulty options, we can offer the experience to different types of players. This broadens the base." The new difficulty options, Butterfly's Guidance and Awakened Puppet, will be added in a patch released alongside Lies of P Overture. The game's default difficulty level will now be named Legendary Stalker. A sequel to Lies of P is currently in development, and Lies of P Overture serves as a great intermission between the two acts. The zoo is a great location for an expansion and extremely well designed, and the new additions to the enemy roster will give players dozens of new patterns to learn and attacks to dodge. A boss rush mode called Death March, which allows you to fight previous bosses with player set parameters and battle memories, in which you can replay boss battles in various difficulties. Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a Souls-like action RPG set in the land of Shu during the dark, late Ming dynasty. You play as a mysterious warrior afflicted by a horrific feather disease who uncovers hidden secrets and battles supernatural enemies in an ancient empire teetering on the edge of collapse. Players who played Wuchang Fallen Feathers are saying, "I only caught a small glimpse at Wuchang Fallen Feathers, but I already feel pretty good about its chances at being more than just another Souls-like to add to the ridiculously overflowing pile." The movesets are intricate and interesting. The RPG mechanics seem deep and offer a lot of freedom, even if I can't claim to understand some of them fully. And the boss fights gave me a serious run for my money. That's rare these days. All that's already got me pretty excited to play more. Project The Perceiver is an open-world action game developed by Paper Games 17 ZHE Studio. Set in a fantasy world rife with conflict, players assume the role of the Master of Varietas, a character who can adopt various masks representing different ideologies. These masks grant unique abilities and playstyles, allowing players to experience the world through multiple perspectives. The game's combat system is inspired by titles like Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice and Ghost of Tsushima, featuring fast-paced dueling mechanics and strategic use of masks to adapt to different combat situations. The world is designed to be immersive with detailed environments and a narrative that explores themes of belief and perception. Soulframe is a stark contrast to the action we have come to know and love in Warframe. Instead of going for fast-paced combat, the team wanted to slow things down and force you to think about every action. There's a lot of dodging and parrying, but also a whole slew of different combat mechanics too. There are also 3 different skill trees: Courage, Grace, Spirit, that allow you to become more tanky, more agile, or use nature-based magic. Some spells appear to turn enemies to stone, as well as the usual fireballs and ground-shattering earthquakes. You can also use the environment to your advantage, with the ability to kick enemies off of high structures and into chasms. And if that doesn't do it for you, why not summon a huge wolf that tears your enemies to shreds. You can also ride the wolf, by the way, so there's that. Even if it isn't a Souls-like, Phantom Blade Zero still wants to channel that pre-Elden Ring from software level design with secrets and layers. People said it wasn't hard enough, so one Phantom Blade Zero dev cooked up a hardcore difficulty mode that changes enemy AI so much it feels more like a PvP. Game director says they have been careful to avoid overcomplicating combos, pushing for Devil May Cry flair without intimidating chains of buttons, but there's a lot of room for customization and skill expression. Hell Is Us is set in the fictional war-ravaged nation of Hadia. The game follows Remy, a former UN peacekeeper, draws back into chaos as he uncovers personal and supernatural truths. The region is plagued not only by the remnants of civil war, but also by mysterious otherworldly creatures known as Hollow Walkers, entities that defy modern understanding. Key gameplay features: no maps or quest markers. The game abandons traditional navigational tools, relying on your ability to read the environment and follow narrative cues. Melee-centric combat, wield swords, spears and axes in tight, deliberate combat where stamina is tied to health, forcing careful tactical choices. Investigation mechanics, progression depends on close observation, intuition and dialogue with NPCs, similar to investigative RPGs. Drone companion, a mysterious aerial ally, helps you interact with supernatural and solve environmental puzzles. Semi-open world, the world is segmented into interconnected regions with a distinct biomes and secrets, more Death Stranding than Skyrim. Grime 2 will launch this year in 2025. Devs said they can't afford not to release in 2025. Takes inspiration from Elden Ring's accessibility in terms of difficulty, more options in combat, more places to go to get stronger, double the amount of boss fights from the first game. Takes inspiration from Bloodstained, Aria of Sorrow and Lilies, in that every enemy has an ability or spell. Every biome has a different environmental hazards that you can use to fight enemies, like throwing falling objects for example, but enemies can take advantage of this as well. The main story and lore revolve around art and making art, which will be a huge difference from the first Grime, which focused on anatomy, proportions, a sort of a body horror. Stellar Blade is getting a full-fledged sequel. Developer Shift Up has confirmed within a presentation slide detailing how Shift Up expects to expand its franchises going forward. A Stellar Blade sequel is listed as coming next, among others that look set to be released before 2027. Daba Land of Water Scar is an action RPG developed by Darkstar, the studio behind Sinner Sacrifice for Redemption. Set in a dark fantasy world on the brink of collapse, players control a humanoid clay puppet on a quest to find water fragments within an ancient city. The game features various interconnected environments, including abandoned ruins, a magnificent ancient city, gloomy prisons, vast rift valleys, expansive snowfields, deadly forests, and a floating city. The combat system is inspired by titles like Neo and Dark Souls, offering challenging third-person combat with a focus on timing, strategy, and exploration. Players can choose between two playable characters. One specializes in heavy melee weaponry and magic, and other wielding a bow and lighter weapons. Elden Ring Nightreign game director says, seeing as this game is built around 3 players, we understand the concerns of those solo players, but essentially a lot of the time in Nightreign you will be acting and behaving on your own. Even in a group as 3, you will be going off and challenging different areas of the map and collecting different things before you accumulate together at the boss fight. So solo play is generally encouraged and is a natural part of the game loop, but also in general for those solo players, and this might be something that's difficult to notice in multiplayer, but the activeness and aggressiveness of enemies toward any single player has been adjusted so that you don't find yourself in any reasonable multi-4 fights, and generally when you're playing single player, the parameters adjust dynamically depending on the number of players in that session. So we hope that this will alleviate that feeling somewhat. Of course, there are no revives when you are solo. There are no teammates to revive you, so it is definitely a more challenging thing for the player to face. But we also have incorporated a self-revive feature which is possible to discover around the map, just to allow them some more chances to continue that learning of the patterns and learning of the bosses without having to restart all over again. We have incorporated some post-game or end-game features for players once they have gone through all of the Night Lords. I first want to stress that to get to that point, we feel that there is enough content there to satisfy users in general. So to get through each of those Night Lords and use each of these characters and experiment with the game as whole. But beyond that, you have the unlocking relics, new relic sites to experiment even more with the character builds. Free to play was once a consideration, but given the time and budget and the workforce that we had and the ideas that we were developing with our staff that we were cultivating, we felt that the best course of action for Nightreign was to release it as a non-full price but also not full play title. So we hope that there is enough content there that justifies this purchase, and the players will get to experience everything it has to offer. We kind of overlooked and neglected the duos aspect, but this is something that we are looking at and considering for post-launch support as well.
Listening to this song always reminds me of you. But now you belong to the past. Do you remember the time we all gathered to play this piece together? I never got to say farewell. I know it changed everything, but we endured. someday, if we can cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again.
气不散，大唐就不会亡。
那就再唱下去吧。到底是人活进了戏里，还是戏本就因人而在？
为何执意要起兵戈之祸？这把剑，我本不想沾血。且让你们体会杀戮之苦。
你来了。戏还没演完吗？唐已经灭了。天下易主，救星不存，你还能为何而战？
大唐之命系于4年，人在则唐不灭。
天下是苍生的天下，梁还是唐，这2个字重要吗？
大唐福泽万年，逆贼杀戮无道，如何相提并论？
一将功成万骨枯，总有人要在阴影里背负罪孽。你那戏里的唐，真是你心中所念的唐吗？
戏仍未终了，而戏中之人早已不知你我。
The magic. It's in you. Yours. Like the wind. Know who were the bad uns before even Ode? Us. That's who. Oh, they'd round us up or drown us down, lest we come. Ooh, Wuchang. And they were right. Aha! Ere blue blood is as old as Alkenstone, as omen beasts, as voicing trees. Each of these with magics no dullard human ever sees. The spell song made us forget all others. But Minnow, learn the river's verses, for only the souls now remember.
I have 1,000 questions. Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in. In that moment, I felt a connection. What happened here?
Madness and hatred and lots of it. Impossible. It's you. You must continue. We've begun to uncover.
Hi everyone, I am Jonathan Jacques Bellatet. I am the creative director and the art director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So today I'm super excited because we're going to show you some brand new gameplay, some new sequences, and some new tidbits from the game that we've never shown before. Hell Is Us is a third-person action-adventure game that blends the old-school thrill of exploration and discovery with a deeply satisfying melee combat system. You're going to wield a lot of different weapons, master various skills, and strategically use your drone's abilities to gain the upper hand in battle. But combat is only 50% of the experience. The other half of the game is all about the exploration, the discovery, the joy that's related to them, and how they play a central role in your journey.
Do you know where the village of Jova is located?
It's in Akasa Marshes. It's quite a ways from here.
So you play as Remy, and you're returning to the country you were born in, the country is called Hadia, and search for answers, but only to find that the land is torn apart by a vicious civil war. With only a few pieces of information to start with, so you'll have to investigate to uncover the truth about your past and figure out where to go next. But unlike traditional games, Hell Is Us doesn't rely on quest markers or a guided path. There's no magical compass pointing you in the right direction, and there's no quest journal with, the shopping list of everything that you need to do and in which order. But instead, our player plattering approach encourages you to follow your own instincts, discover clues organically, and chart your own course through the adventure. In this sequence, we just arrive at a village called Jova. This is the village where Remy was born. He remembers that. He also remembers one more clue, which is his father was the blacksmith of Jova. So these are kind of like the earliest clues that you have in the game in order to decide what to do, where to go, who to talk to, and how to chart your own path into trying to find your parents.
Hey, who are you?
I'm Rebecca. I've been hiding here since the attack on Jova, when the bombs fell from the sky. I was playing in the treehouse with my baby brother. My parents ran out and screamed at us to get down. My baby brother ran to them. That's when the bomb exploded.
So, I'm looking for the blacksmith. Do you know where he is?
I don't know him very well. I think he doesn't like kids much. I saw some villagers leaving with the, ON peacekeepers on their white trucks. Maybe he went with them.
Hey, did you see where the white trucks went?
I watched the white trucks drive away. They took the road that turns behind the hill with the ancient monuments. We can see them from here.
So as you saw, we just learned that the blacksmith probably left with one of the humanitarian convoys from the Organized Nations, which are the peacekeeping forces stationed in the country. We've also found a map that appears to show a route coming out of the Akasa Marshes. So we'll stop here for now. We've gathered a few clues. We have a bit of an idea where to go next for our investigation. We've shown you how things work a little bit and how you can connect the dots. But, I want you guys to discover it for yourself when the game comes out in September. In this section, we're stepping away from the main investigation to explore the many hidden secrets and side investigations scattered throughout Hadia. You can complete the game without ever uncovering them. But if you're curious and observant, you might just stumble upon some incredible discoveries. Our core philosophy is simple. If your instinct tells you there's something to do, then there probably is. The footage you're seeing now showcases just a few of the many secrets woven into Hell Is Us. These are playful examples of how the game handles secondary investigations, but they perfectly illustrate our approach.
I'm only permitted to play Sabinian classics, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I only happen to know one of their dreadful compositions.
There are countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered. If you trust your instincts, you'll find yourself solving some truly fascinating mysteries along the way. Now, when we talk about player plattering, it doesn't mean you'll constantly need to overthink every step to progress. Many elements will be clear and intuitive, as our belief is that you actually don't need quest markers to navigate and advance in the adventure. That being said, for those who love a challenge, some of these deeper secrets will require keen observation and deduction to be uncovered. Good luck. Take another look at the sequences we've just shown in this video and share with us your first ideas on how to solve this last secret. Let's see who can connect the dots first.
I rationed his milk as long as possible but ran out yesterday. Poor Uli is starving. I don't know how I can possibly get any more.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this new look at Hell Is Us. We're so passionate about our game and we've worked so hard on it. The game launches on September 4, 2025 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. See you soon for more exciting news.
画风也是非常不错。
OK， 大家看到，这是我们角色的游戏其中一位主角。达巴水痕之地中有很多丰富的系统，那么我今天只花一点点时间给大家简单介绍一下。首先，大家能看到，游戏中主角可以同时装备3把武器。玩家可以进行灵活的移动、跳跃、攻击，这些东西都没有任何的消耗。我们可以随时切换武器来应付不同的敌人。那么游戏中每一种武器都有它独特的技能，我们叫它特技，请大家看一下。好，接下来是一种远程的攻击。OK， 好，这是我们游戏的最基本的系统，玩家可以通过攻击、防守以及翻滚来进行战斗。那么接下来我再给大家稍微演示一下我们游戏的一个重要的核心系统。虽然玩家可以通过最基本的操作击败所有敌人，但是如果你掌握了以下这个技巧，将势如破竹，非常厉害。这个系统叫做快速拔刀系统。大家看，我在按住防御键的时候， 左下角的武器上出现了三角方块以及叉。这个时候我们按下对应的按钮，就会快速的拔出对应的武器，并且使出一招相应的攻击。这种攻击会非常有效，玩家可以一边切换武器，一边命中敌人，然后紧接着进行追击。那么这个系统是和我们有一个叫做面具相关联的，我给大家看一下。当玩家携带不同的面具的时候，打出的效果会是完全不同的。
哦，
请看。在这个武器中，如果我们这个面具中啊，如果我们进行快速拔刀，只会获得一个短暂的 buff。
我们现在戴的是哪一款面具？可以
我们
转过来看一看。
好，大家请看，是这样一副面具。对，这是来自于我们游戏中一种飞行的生物，它们所拥有的面具。好，那么这种面具它会驾驭风的力量，请大家看，当我们快速拔刀并且进行攻击的时候，会产生一阵飓风。
哦。而
不同的武器产生的飓风都是不同的。这种技能是非常非常有效的。好，那么接下来我再给大家演示一下不同的面具，还有一个点就是我们有一种叫做面具技能的东西。
好。
那么我们除了能切换武器、使出飓风这样的攻击之外，我们还可以驾驭风的力量进行2段跳。请看这样。好，这是1段跳。如果我们在滞空的时候再次输入，则会触发2段跳。这是我们探索关卡的一道。
按2下 X 就是2段跳。
哎，是的。哦，按一下。R2键，然后再加 X，
好的
，2段跳了。好，最后我再给大家演示我们游戏中的一个白面具。这个面具是又是另外一种面具了。
无言沉默面罩。
哦，对的，我们俗称白面具了。
白面具。
好，当我们进行快速拔刀时，大家请看，我们角色会进行一个侧向的移动，当然我们可以往反方向移动，只要玩家推出摇杆就可以了。那么除了这些基本操作之外，如果玩家面临这样一种敌人，这种敌人会发出带红色光芒的攻击。那么在这种攻击即将命中我们的时候，我们使出快速拔刀就会产生非常非常强力的反击效果。那么有的反击效果可以直接将敌人击溃，有的反击效果则会让主角获得一段俗称子弹时间这样一种状态。我们可以在这个时间之内让敌人减速，在这个时候输出大量的伤害。因为今天的主角是玩家，所以我就不亲手演示了，我们不如让玩家来演示。
好，那个是好
那个刚好给大家介绍一下，就是做这个游戏的一个初衷吧，就是为什么要坚持在这个路上做这样类型的游戏？
坦率的说，做这样的游戏，我相信每个做这样的游戏都是出于一个最基本的爱好。我们从小，对我来说，我从小就接触了 PlayStation 这款主机。也在接触这个。
好，请坐吧，请坐，请入座。
请坐。好，来挑战的第一个 BOSS。你要尝试。
好，我们先换到最基础的面具。
对。
然后我们玩家在挑战的过程当中，我们张总如果有什么想要说的或者想要提示他的，我们都可以帮忙，对不对？
好的。
但是粉色衣服的小哥哥他是铃声说他应该，我感觉他说的非常有自信，我们期待一下好不好？
好的。
反正我是在试玩的时候，因为的确我一开始没有听过您的这些基础操作，我在试玩的时候第一遍7秒就阵亡了。实在是很不好意思，这个战绩，反正我觉得现场的玩家总归要比我的战绩好吧。但我觉得听完你刚刚的那些技能的描述啊，包括怎么样的，包括闪避和位移之间的挑战，马上就要开始了。来看一下我们铃声的发挥。
好。
还是可以有3次机会的。
好，他已经出来了。哇！大家一定要小心这种红色攻击。
红色的攻击，
是的。
所以看得出来，这个 BOSS 也是带位移和闪避技能的他。
是的。敌人也会进行防御。
是。
哇！不错的开始，马上就可以击败他了。
还不错，反正是我数了数，肯定是超过7秒了啦，比我好多了。好，我们还有机会可以挑战，没有关系。
好，这里我要稍微提醒一下，这是个非常阴险的敌人。接下来你要往前走的时候，一定要注意右侧，他会从右侧发动攻击。你可以慢慢的走。 哦，小心！
哦，他是躲在右手边墙壁后，给你来一个猝不及防，措手不及。
是的。好，这里要小心他的红色攻击。
哎，我们稍微好像有一些的卡顿，没关系。
好，我们又回来了。好，这里有一个小提示，在他红色攻击的时候，使出快速拔刀，就可以用非常强烈的攻击弹回去。好，
对，刚才有一次卡顿，咱们给这位玩家
对，刚刚是因为卡了，我们多给一次机会，没关系，多尝试一下。
我们慢慢来，不着急。
张总，我们的游戏还是有点小难度的，注意右手边啊。
哦，非常好，哎，非常漂亮。
啊，这个闪避就很好。
这位玩家刚才通过了一招叫做完美招架的，这样的技能虽然不能给敌人造成很大的硬直，但是也是有效的。
但是可以非常好的防卫自己。
是的。好，使出快速拔刀，哇，就差一点点。
所以是在它红色光亮的时候就直接快速拔刀，还是在它需要攻击过来的时候找准那个时机快速拔刀？
找准这个时机，但是我们在这点设计的是比较容错率比较高的，所以稍微提早一点也是可以，也是有效的。
我们多给几次挑战机会嘛，也想多看一看这个 BOSS 的战斗技巧和战斗技能。
哦，很漂亮。刚才有个小细节，可能有些玩家注意到了。当敌人防御的时候，我们用飞踢可以大幅的增加他的白热值。一旦白热值满，对方就会瘫痪，就可以处决他了。哦，非常漂亮。
那铃声已经越来越好了。
哇，已经进入状态了。
一遍比一遍优秀，现在不但学会了防御，还学会了进攻。
漂亮，快速拔刀，哇，决定性的一击，太漂亮了，哇！
而且是在他释放红色攻击前，直接给他一刀毙命。
是的，这位玩家即使没有使用快速拔刀，依然轻松的击败了敌人。
对，虽然我们没能在。面对更强劲的敌人，我们要更果断的出击。好，也是其实可以在进入之前熟悉一下操作。
那么第二个 BOSS 是一个体型较大的敌人，行动的时候我建议尝试和他拉开距离，如果实在拉不开，就使用你的武器防御，会非常有效。
所以是远程攻击会更好一些吗？
是的。你说出了一个小技巧，如果使用某种武器的特殊攻击，比如那个藏号，会有奇效，但是一定要
哪个武器？
藏号。
藏号。
也就是我们在画面上看到的第3把。
对，可以切换。
但是注意一定要控制距离哦。
控制好距离，但所以太远也打不到。
是的，
要掌握好这个远程攻击的一个距离，那远距离的攻击可能更容易拿下我们这一波的 BOSS。近战不占优势哈。
可以适当恢复一下。攻击后背永远是个好选择。
攻击后背是最脆弱的地方，是吗？所以往背后攻击的时候伤害更高。
会的。哇，你竟然知道这种隐藏策略！
我也是老玩家，好不好？只是玩的菜而已。
即使强壮的敌人的红色攻击依然是可以反击的哦。
我看到这个 BOSS 的腿上有一个白色的点是
哦，这种东西叫做锁定点，我们按下 R3的时候
可以自动锁定。
是要靠手动锁定的。
靠手动锁定。
对，因为有的玩家喜欢锁定敌人进行战斗，而有的玩家则喜欢自由。
我就喜欢锁定。我的方向感不是特别的好啊。
好，这个玩家已经发现利器了。
这就是我们的远程攻击啊，刚刚说的。
眼尖的玩家应该已经猜到他有2阶段了。
哎，所以他也是有 AOE 伤害的 BOSS。
不错。
你的节奏感很好哎，横一。
哇，
有点可惜，但是我觉得我们再给几次机会，应该会完成的更好，已经不错了。
打得非常漂亮，我是第一次看到人很轻轻松的跳过那3次波，
是吧？对，我真的觉得他掌握的那个节奏感非常的好，
是的，
完美的躲避了攻击。这个打击感非常的强。刚刚那一个红色的攻击算是完美躲避的吧？
是靠玩家精准的走位来躲避的。
哦，他是一个翻滚，侧身翻滚躲避了那一套攻击。
按键有些失误。刚才也是一次机会哦。
刚刚的机会点在哪里啊？我要问一下，刚刚的机会点是在？
虽然我们看到敌人打出非常强烈的攻击，但是如果你注意到这道攻击上面很多红色的光芒，当然它是非常厉害的攻击。这个时候如果使用快速拔刀，是会塑造一个非常大的机会。
哦。当然，当看到红点的时候就快速拔刀，我学会了。
是的，当然如果不使用，依然可以击败敌人。
每一个人习惯的打法不一样啊。靠身法来躲。
是的。关键的时刻了。
我总感觉我们有点吃亏，这个 BOSS 的武器范围要比我们自己的武器要更广一些。
有些玩家可能注意到主角现在在持续扣血，这是因为它插上了一种叫做一式匕首的东西。这样会大幅的增加玩家的攻击力，但是相应也会有扣血的代价。对，我建议可以不使用那个一式匕首，对，因为使用它你会持续降血，在这个容错率比较高的 BOSS 身上，
不太划算。
如果再稍微时间多一点，我相信它会变得非常划算。
是，而且因为其实他在使用这个匕首的这一波，正好是怪物连续的一个攻击，就是特别是他刚刚要跳过的那几个 AOE 的伤害。
是的。
我感觉这位小哥哥的身法什么的，其实没有什么太大的问题，更多的是要找准时机，如何出击。 降低敌人的血量。
说的太对了。
因为横一都是在敌方在红色就是超强攻击的时候，他都是选择一个闪避身位，然后去躲这个攻击。但是更多的是最好是利用这一个时机去出击，是不是？
对的，风险和机遇并存。
嗯。哎，这又是一个新的了，刚刚没有看到过的。所以每一次对战 BOSS 的技能也是不一样的。
是的，每一个 BOSS 它都会有丰富的技能池。
对，因为有看到过其他很多的游戏 ，BOSS 的技能啊、时机都是相对于比较固定的。第一个招式，第二个招式，你玩的多了，体验的多了，你大致就能够知道了。但是我看这3次的挑战，这个 BOSS 的技能的顺序也是不一样的，每一次会出现新的技能。
是的，而且如果玩家将 BOSS 血能缺到比较低的时候，可能还会有一些新的东西出现。
哎，考萨应该要跳得更早一些些啊。
要小心地面的火。
它是有灼烧效果的，是吗？也会持续扣血。
对的，地上的火焰会有灼烧效果，当它喷发的时候会造成大量的伤害。
这个躲得很好。我已经有疼痛感了，救命啊！
这位玩家打得太精彩了，我不知道该说什么。
哎，这部2波都跳得很好。
打得非常漂亮。
你要小心地面的火焰。胯下穿过去就很帅，
很帅。哇！
好像是6下是吗？
对的，这里隐藏了一个小技巧，如果玩家跑得足够远，实际上是不会受到伤害的。
跑远一点，它的范围，所以 BOSS 的远程攻击也是有一个范围的。
是的。但勇敢的玩家都会向前冲。
但是我觉得，因为它一共有6下，前期找好节奏可以躲2下，像刚刚他就是在第3下的时候倒地了，再起身可能第4下的跳跃就有点跟不上了。
对的。
所以这就很吃亏。要是我还是选择躲在角落里面先避一避吧。
那样也是有效的。
而且角落也没有火焰的伤害。
哇，非常漂亮。是的，
不错不错，真的完成的非常好。我们是3次机会，好像
是的。哇，我是第一次在现场看到玩家打通的，真的很了不起。
非常非常的不错。来问问啊，横一，我已经沉浸在。
Elden Ring Nightreign is a co-op survival action game where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players. You must become one of the Nightfarers, fighting through the endless night and taking on scores of vicious foes over the span of 3 days. Once a country that thrived thanks to the power of gods, Limveld is now nearing its end, gradually being eroded by the night that has saturated the land. You will be deployed to Limveld to hunt the Night Lords as a level 1 character. In your current state, you won't stand a chance against that type of overwhelming power. You must gain the strength to survive by moving swiftly and skillfully. It's up to you to choose your route within the limited time you have before night falls. You can choose to hunt enemies and level up, search for treasures, weapons, and items. Infiltrate bases guarded by soldiers to gather information from hidden operational maps. Or challenge powerful enemies, wandering the land and lurking in heavily infested fortresses to obtain equally powerful rewards. Whether you choose to move together or divide and conquer, your character's skills, playstyle, and traits should guide your priorities. The layout of Limveld will change each time you visit. With every expedition, bases, types of enemies, chest rewards, and other features of the field will fluctuate. Sometimes your exploration may be interrupted by enemy ambushes, or you may encounter unpredictable events, like sudden meteor strikes. Even more dramatic changes can also appear, like erupting volcanic craters bubbling with lava, or dark forests shrouded with corruption that rots anyone who dares explore it. In this constantly shifting world, you will face new choices as the battlefield evolves with each expedition. Evaluate every situation, use your skills to fight back and survive through the night. As darkness blankets Limveld, the night's tide will begin to cover the field, narrowing your range of traversal. And as night falls, you will be driven towards an unavoidable confrontation. A harsh battle ensues as various powerful enemies arrive. Some of your allies may fall before their mighty attacks, but this isn't the end. Critically injured allies can rejoin the fight if you attack them using your skills and weapons. You can also rescue them from afar, using tools like bows or magic. These battles are tough, but don't give up. Use all the powers you have gathered in Limveld to survive and overcome. Eight Nightfarers assembled to defeat the Night Lord. Each Nightfarer possesses different weapons and unique passive abilities, skills, and ultimate arts. Wilder, a knight proficient in a wide range of melee weapons, can throw grappling hooks to pull enemies, or swiftly close distances. He can also launch explosive iron spikes that deal a powerful blow to any enemy. Guardian, a warrior equipped with a massive shield, excels in defense. Their skill Whirlwind can lift enemies off their feet and deflect arrows. Their art, Wings of Salvation, repels approaching enemies and deploys a magic circle to save allies from dire situations. Iron Eye, an archer who never misses a foe's weakness, controls enemies from a distance. His marking skill injures and pressures the enemy, greatly disrupting their poise and creating openings to exploit. His art Single Shot fires a supersonic arrow that pierces through every enemy and obstacle, ensuring no escape. Duchess, a virtuous thief with quick reflexes, uses her cunning to confuse enemies. After attacking, she can use the skill Restage to reenact what just happened and deal damage again. Her art Finale hides her and nearby allies from the enemy's view, giving them a chance to adjust their positions or create an ambush. Raider, a seafarer who is resilient and unyielding in battle, doesn't flinch at minor attacks, and rampages through enemies. His skill Retaliate strikes back with a powerful blow that cannot be interrupted by enemy attacks. His art Totem Stellar summons a colossal gravestone that serves as an attack to dispel enemies, acts as a wall to block projectiles, and amplifies the strength of allies through its protective aura. Recluse, a wielder of ancient magic, collects the elemental attributes attached to enemies and allies. to produce different types of powerful magic, such as lightning-based or fire-based spells. Her art, Soul Blood Song, can also brand foes with an archaic glyph of blood that allows allies to recover health and magic by attacking them. By mastering the style, skill, and ultimate arts of these Nightfarers, you may be able to survive and defeat the Night. The Hidden Round Table Hold serves as a base for Nightfarers preparing for battle in Limveld. Relics recovered from expeditions can enhance your abilities when equipped before deployment. Relics have a diverse assortment of effects, ranging from increasing stats to altering the performance of skills. Different relic combinations can alter your gameplay experience, so try out different approaches and see what suits you best for the journey ahead. In a corner of the back room, a small jar merchant operates a bazaar selling various goods. Once you accumulate the currency Merc, earned as battle rewards, it might be worth checking what's on sale. Using the fitting mirror, you can unlock new costumes with Merc and change your appearance. These outfits allow you to change your Nightfarer's style to suit your tastes. Some costumes might even look familiar. As you battle against the Night, fragments of your lost memories may return, giving you glimpses of who you once were. By recovering these fragments of lost memory, you can fill in the blanks of your Nightfarer's blurred recollections. In these memories, conversations with other Nightfarers or residents of the Round Table Hold might reveal new objectives. Achieving these goals during adventures in Limveld will help unravel the past, revealing each Nightfarer's origins and purposes. See why they have come together at this Round Table Hold, and why they fight. The Night Lords are the ultimate threat, waiting for players on the third day in Limveld. The Nightfarers are the only warriors remaining who can stop them and save this land from total obliteration. Battling a Night Lord, a being that boasts overwhelming attack power and toughness, will be more challenging than anything faced in Limveld. However, there are ways to resist this threat. By carefully navigating Limveld, acquiring more powerful tools and weapons with attributes effective against each Night Lord, discovering relics, and growing as a fighter through experience and observation, victory against the Night Lord will be within reach. Set forth on this thrilling and fast-paced adventure, filled with danger and achievement. Dare to stand together against the fall of Night.